The new Macan Turbo is the world's most sporting small SUV. It costs just under £60,000 and is powered by a 3.6 litre twin-turbo V6 that produces 394 bhp and 405 pounds-feet of torque. Its four-wheel drive system is similar to that of the Cayenne's, and it comes with a 7-speed PDK gearbox as standard. So, what's it like to drive?
They have thrown the kitchen sink at the Macan Turbo and the Macan in general. Porsche were absolutely determined to make the fastest compact SUV that money can buy, and not just by a bit but by miles, because they really wanted to make the statement that, look, this is not just a utility vehicle, this is a serious sports car. But just looking at the raw statistics on paper, this thing is a rocket ship. They've all got a PDK gearbox. I've got the Sport Plus turned on. This one's got the Sport Chrono package as well, which means you get even quicker gear changes, and you get a launch control system as well. Launch control, absolutely key in an SUV. You definitely sit quite a lot lower than you do in an Audi Q5. It doesn't feel like a sports car. Porsche keeps saying it feels like a sports car from behind the wheel. It doesn't. But what it also doesn't feel like is if you're perched right high up. It's kind of a mix of the two. Right, I'm going to turn everything off and see what happens, because it feels really slippery. They have built an SUV that oversteers. It's four-wheel drive, but in normal running, it's rear-wheel drive. I mean, there's a million different systems to chuck torque to the front axle, chuck torque back to the back axle, chuck torque across the axles if you specify the torque vectoring option. That's when it gets really clever. And but no, ultimately, or in normal running, it's a rear-wheel drive car. It kind of feels like it too. I mean, I like the steering. The steering is really good. The motor is very strong. That's third gear. It's deceptively fast. I mean, we're talking about the sort of performance that could make most sports cars, you know, a Cayman, for example. It would just blow a Cayman away in a straight line, no problem at all. And a Cayman S in a straight line. That's how quick it is. The surprising thing is how composed it feels. There really isn't much body roll. And there isn't this sort of kind of sense of uncontrolled inertia that you get with big wagons like this that have a lot of power. It feels controlled. It does not feel like it weighs 1,880 kilograms. It doesn't feel like that at all. Great brakes. Got to like the fact that you can do that in it. Got to like that. Got to love that, in fact.
Switch with the camera. Huh?
Is that okay?
Yeah, and you are not allowed to drift. I told everyone, yeah. During these activities, I'm not allowed to allow you.
Sorry,
okay?
I didn't.
I saw you a bit drifting out of the curve. It's absolutely slippery. Yeah, yeah. You have all-terrain tires on today.
Yeah. Oh dear, I've just been told off for going sideways. But look, they have built an SUV that goes sideways, so you're going to go sideways in it, aren't you? Yes is the answer to that. It's a shame really, because there is right back there somewhere a really nice noise coming out of the V6 twin turbo engine, but it's kind of so quiet you can't really hear it. Yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit more of that if possible. Listen. Sounds great. This thing is really fast, really well composed. But I just wonder, Is the average Macan owner ever going to appreciate just how good the engine is in this car, just how good the chassis is in this car, just how well it stops? I have my doubts, but you can't knock them for building something that's got this much ability. It even feels like it rides really well too. Flipping hell, this thing's incredible. I mean, it's subtle, it's not, you get in it and think, but then the more time you spend behind the wheel of it, the more you realise that it's doing some pretty incredible things at some pretty incredible speeds, but without actually raising your heartbeat. I don't know if that's a quality that I'd fully admire, and I don't agree that it's a sports car. It's a very sporting SUV, but it's a hell of an SUV.